What's up, YouTube? We back with another one. Today, we are going to be installing the Minn Kota Raptors. There's the other one sitting over there. I've started putting this bracket on already. Now I thought about it, I said, oh, let me do this one. As you can see, putting the brackets on real easy. The jack plate, my jack plate, already came with pre-drilled holes for either power poles or Raptors. You can get that done. When you order your boat, order your jack plate, they can go ahead and pre-drill them for that. So mine were already pre-drilled. It's pretty simple. This side of the bracket goes in that hole that we just saw, in those two holes. And then this is a backing plate or a brace. You don't have to have it, but you know, if you don't have it, and if you notice boats that don't have it, the power pole has more wiggle, a little more flex in the brace. This one, well, if you get this bracket, it eliminates that. So we're gonna go ahead and we'll start on this side. As you can see, I just got the bolts in. Everything's still loose. Hadn't tightened anything up yet. And I'm not gonna tighten it all the way up. I'm gonna do it snug. Because as you can see, you can make adjustments. You got a little bit of space to make adjustments there and there. So you can slide this up or down. And once we get our poles on, we'll snug this down a little bit, put our pole on, our Raptor, and then we'll do the other side, then we'll make final adjustments and torque everything down. So, y'all wanna follow along. I'm gonna get y'all set up on my little mini tripod, and we'll go from there. And hopefully y'all can see everything. Tell you what, we'll go ahead and do a little unboxing and see what all we got. And we'll cheat. Flip it over. Now we know what way it goes, what end is on what. Let that box whoop me. All right. Man, that took some work. So, unboxing. The Raptor comes with your hydraulic lines, your plugs, and your hole plugs, manual, mounting hardware is in there as well. What was that? That'll be your bracket for your pump, I do believe. Hydraulic oil, power cable that's going to our pump, and a remote. And of course, the Raptor. I went with 8 foot just because my previous poles I've had were 8 foot. It's only been several times I wish I had 10 footers, but the majority of the time 8 has been plenty for me. You also want to consider, if you are considering or debating between should I get 8, should I get 10 foot poles, think about where you park your boat. 10 footers stick up a lot more higher above the motor than 8 footers. So if you got to back in a low clearance area to park your boat, bridges is not really a concern because you can let them down and then go under. But, you know, depending on how deep the water is, if you got 10 footers and you let it down, you might be dragging the poles on the bottom of the lake, trying to get on the bridge. 8 footers, a lot of the bridges I have went under, I was able to let them down, still not drag the bottom, and get to where I need to go. So let's get finished installing. Pretty much everything for your brackets. I will say disclaimer, I did have to use another brand bracket, these brackets, just because the Minn Kota Raptor brackets were on back order, and I kind of need my poles. I had power poles. This year I'm all exclusive Minn Kota and Humminbird, so one of the reasons why I'm running the Raptors. I did have the Talons one time, but we're gonna run Raptors from here on out. Let's get this install going. And hopefully you guys can see what I got going on. I'm gonna try not to block y'all's view. Let's get some tools first. All right, so I know everything, as far as bolt wise, everything is 3/4. We need to go the other way. One thing I'm gonna do is let my motor down. It'll give me more room right here. That should give me a little bit more room. Like I said, we're not gonna tighten it all the way down. I'll loosen that up just a little bit. I want a little place so when I get ready to do the final adjustments, we can. All right. All right, so they give you this big, thick book. It ain't that bad. It's just all the different languages. Also teaches you how to pair them and all that. So it gives you the whole nine. I'm cheating a little bit simply because I already had poles on this boat. So a lot of my holes are already drilled. My old pumps I took out, those holes already existing. So I kind of know what to do. And this hasn't been my first time rigging power poles or Raptors. My first time rigging Raptors, but they rig the same as power poles. So pretty simple. So a lot of steps will be skipped in this video. And also it'll be skipped because we're not mounting to the transom. You do have the option to mount to the transom. Just trying to find and installing the pole itself. And so basically what you have, it'll be just those 4 holes, and you'll mount it just like that. Put your bolts in, and then we'll run our hose. So let me get the screws and we'll mount it in. I need to adjust this just a little bit. That's loose. Now, as you can see, this is what I was talking about. You can adjust your poles up or down, and we'll get to that point as far as once we get the pole on, because one thing we'll need to do is turn our motor to see the clearance that we have with it as well. And see, I can cheat because I got my marks from my last set. as far as where I was at. All right. All right, so we turned our motor. As far as you can see, so we got plenty of clearance as far as turning the boat. The other thing you want to check too, we still haven't tightened everything down, but you want to make sure that your spike or the bottom of your pole is at least 4 inches from the bottom hole of the boat, so that way you don't have any drag when you run up and down the lake. And that's the good thing about the brackets is if you go out and notice you got some extra spray and drag, then you can always move your whole system up some. But me just cheating, we should be good. Should be. Like I said, I'm cheating off of my last marks, so we're pretty good, pretty solid. I already put the level on it, so I know kind of where I need to be. dead level. Yeah. Can't ask for nothing better than that. The only thing we'll do is we'll run it across the top just to make sure. If we get the right ratchet. All right, so that pole is on. That Raptor is on. So what I like to do is take my level and just go across it, find me a good spot so I can put my level on it and make sure that we are inside the bubble. And we are from top to bottom. So we're good there. Because you'll know if it was leaning left or right and level to you. Unfortunately, I have to stop. We got this one up. Still got to put the pump in, install the pump. I don't have it installed. It's just sitting there. All right, so how this bracket works, it's a 2-piece bracket. You don't have to, you have several different options as far as mounting the bracket and mounting the pump housing. But we got enough room in here to where we can we can pretty much mount it how my other poles was mounted. But it's pretty simple. The instructions are very good. I haven't really used the instructions because I've installed anchors several times. But this piece right here is just a simple brace. So basically it'll sit in, you got 4 screws. Once you screw this down into here, your pump, the 2 holes right here, basically you put your screws in and it sits in like that. And then you tighten it up to the bracket. One of the good things about the Raptors is this reservoir can actually be turned 180 degrees. So if your setup requires you don't have enough room with the pump sticking out this way, you can take those 1, 2, and there's 2 more on the other side. You can take those off and turn the reservoir to either that way or that way, so that you can accommodate the room in your compartment or in the back of the boat, wherever you're gonna mount it. I don't have to move mine. It's not gonna interfere with anything that I need, so I can actually leave mine where it's at and be good. So we're gonna get that bracket mounted, get the pump in. Then I'll probably go ahead and put the pump in over here on this side before I mount the pole, just to give me some more room to work around. That's a ride, son.
Oh, yeah. All right, then, wait, I'm running. I'll holler at you later on.
Okay, that'll work, bro.
All right, man. Appreciate
All right, see you. All right, so we got that pump installed. Got it mounted, secured in, not going anywhere. We'll get the other one and then we'll make our hydraulic line connection. We still have to hook up our electrical, which we'll do that also, and tidy up some of these cords. So let's get the other pump installed. do a dry fit just to see. That's not what I want to do. That should be fine. And it's easier to go ahead and put the back ones in while you don't have that brace in the way. All right, that bracket's in, that easy. I'll just start these into the pump housing. Make sure your washer is all the way back. Like so. All right. 9/16 on those two bolts in the back. That's not going anywhere. Now, before we do all right, so we got our pumps in, mounted, installed. The next step is to connect our power. You have a positive that's tied into a fuse right there, and your negative. You want to put these on some type of, that's the other one. You want to put these on some type of cutoff switch. If not, they'll constantly be on and slowly draining your battery. So you want to have them on some type of cutoff switch, power cutoff switch. Here I have a regular Perco on-off switch that controls the power on my boat. So we're just gonna put it in, tie it in on this. So I'll do that real quick. It's real simple. We'll take this off, pop the cover in the back, unscrew the nut off of the positive lead, hook those positive leads from the Raptor onto here, and then the negatives will go on my start battery for my boat. So we'll check back in 1 second. All right, so we turned our motor. As you can see, so we got plenty of clearance as far as turning the boat. The other thing you want to check too, we still haven't tightened everything down, but you want to make sure that your spike or the bottom of your pole is at least 4 inches from the bottom hole of the boat. So that way you don't have any drag when you run up and down the lake. And that's the good thing about the brackets is if you go out and notice you got some extra spray and drag, then you can always move your whole system up some. But me just cheating, we should be good. Should be. Like I said, I'm cheating off of my last marks. So we're pretty good, pretty solid. I already put the level on it so I know kind of where I need to be. Dead level. Yeah. Can't ask for nothing better than that. The only thing we'll do is we'll run it across the top just to make sure. If we get the right ratchet. All right, so that pole is on. That Raptor is on. So what I like to do is take my level and just go across it, find a good spot so I can put my level on it and make sure that we are inside the bubble. And we are from top to bottom. So we're good there. Cause you'll know if it was leaning left or right, and level will tell you. Unfortunately, I have to stop and go get a TV for my dad, for my mom and my daddy. So tomorrow or the next day, we'll come and we'll set up the other bracket and the other pole, and hopefully get our pumps in and see them work. See y'all on the next one. Alright, so one way you can cheat, get you some long zip ties, double them up, just to hold the spike up for time being, until we get everything solid. That's all we want to do right there. Now, alright, so we got our power disconnect turned off and undone, unmounted. As you can see, you got your main power right here. This right here, this one is the one that we're going to connect our pumps to. This is the one coming, that's basically running all the accessories up front, your whole dash panel, lights, all that. So when you turn this off, nothing has power. Everything's disconnected from the battery. So we're gonna undo that. I think it's 11/16 nut, and put both our power positive cables on here. All right, so we got everything installed. We got fluid in the pumps. Now it's time to put this cap back on. All right, so still gotta tidy up my hoses. I'm actually gonna wait till I get to the lake, and once I can let my Raptors all the way down without touching the bottom. These are 8 foot, so I get anywhere, 10, 12 foot of water. Let them all the way down, so that way I know exactly how much slack I need in my lines, and then I can tidy them up from the back. Because what you don't want to do is have them too short. You go to the lake, put them down, and then you pull your lines. So that's what we don't want. So we got power on both of them. So now we will cycle through using the buttons on the pump itself. I have not did anything with the remote or anything. I set y'all up on the tripod, that way y'all can see them. I said I was gonna set you up on the tripod. So basically we're purging all the air out, or most of the air out. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but you can hear it. And we'll do that a couple times. It self-purges. The other thing too you want to watch is when you're doing this, the fluid that you put in originally will go down, so you have to add some more. That's what I'm fixing to do. Fill that back up. And we'll proceed. As you can see, we're getting most of the air is out now. So as you can see, it's moving smooth up and down. And it'll about pick the boat up. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but I'm gonna put it on the boat. And when I go down, you can see the boat actually come up some. right, I'm on the concrete. I'm gonna hit it again. All right, so that one's good. We did put our level on it. I had to kind of use a couple different areas, but well, move my hand here. As you can see, we are dead in the middle. And we'll do the same thing for the next one. Same process. The Raptors are now installed. We'll pair our remotes and all that. I'll probably do all that once I get to the lake, but fairly easy project. Like I said, I'll secure all this once I get to the lake and know exactly what it's doing, how much excess I need. So other than that, y'all be good, tight lines.